La Magdeleine is a small municipality situated to the west of Val Tonnage. It covers an area of 9 square kilometres with an altitude ranging from 1600 to 2733 metres above sea level. Today, there are 110 residents living in 5 villages: Brengon, Clou, Meselo, Vieux and Arta. La Magdeleine boasts a mild climate and, thanks to its position, is protected from the wind and enjoys plenty of sunshine all year round. La Magdeleine is a welcoming tourist location, both in summer and winter. Over the years, the local administration has carried out a few modifications to make the village more welcoming to visitors. For example, before, the main square at the entrance of the village looked like this. Now it's like this. The sports facilities area today is also better equipped. Thanks to its many walks varying in difficulty, La Magdeleine is a tourist destination for anyone who wants to relax and get back to nature. In fact, from here, there are footpaths to Colpila, Lake Chéret, Champlon, Col Pilonnet, Monte Tantané, Mount Zerbion, and the villages of Marmore and Chamois. On the way to Marmore, it's possible to work out while surrounded by nature, thanks to the various gym equipment placed along the way, aptly called the health path. Chamois, together with La Magdeleine, is part of the Pearls of the Alps project, which offers the possibility of moving between the two locations using eco-friendly transport. For this reason, an electric bike sharing service is available at La Magdeleine, and a cycle path connects it to Chamois. During the Iron Age, a settlement existed on the slopes of Monte Tantané, built to exploit the mines which possibly extracted gold. There is evidence today, the recognizable remains of huts of dry stone walls. The name La Magdeleine is dedicated to Saint Mary Magdalene, and on the third weekend of July, the patron saint is celebrated with a party called La Veilla de la Magdeleine. This party is organized by the Pro Loco, a local non-profit organization which promotes the municipality of La Magdeleine by organizing such social events. The first inhabitants of La Magdeleine probably came from the Selassie tribes and had Celtic origins. Only in the 13th century was there reference of inhabitants in La Magdeleine, and these people were known as men of Mount Vieux. La Magdeleine was recognized as a municipality in 1798. In the area, there are a series of mills connected by a stream. In the past, in fact, the mills were used to grind the wheat grown in La Magdeleine to produce flour to bake with. You can still visit these mills thanks to the foundation of a museum. Some of them still work. The mills are the main attraction at the Bread Festival, a cultural event about historic agriculture organized by the Pro Loco at the beginning of October. La Magdeleine has its own typical dress, which was created in 1983 following various studies and research. The smock has a design with 5 flowers representing the 5 villages. The gentian for Meselo, the daisy for Clou, the anemone for Brengon, the wild rose for Vieux, and the edelweiss for Arta. The church, dedicated to St. Mary Magdalene, was built in 1482 and took on its current form thanks to further construction between 1774 and 1776. La Magdeleine was recognized as a parish in 1789, when the population was around 340. There are 2 other chapels in the area. One in Meselo, built in 1672, dedicated to Saint Rocco, and one in Vieux, built in 1739, dedicated to Notre-Dame de la Neige. Inside the town hall, called Le Palais, you can see the model of La Magdeleine, made by Mr. Mario Castelli in a scale of 1 to 87, which faithfully represents every detail of the village. The school was set up at the end of the 1800s and was active up until 1986. There is a well-stocked library, which is active in organising small events such as concerts and activities for children and adults. Nearby, there's a sports area, which is used all year round. Historically, this area was a marshland, and the water that came from it formed a swimming pool, which has been rebuilt and is still in use. La Magdeleine has always paid great attention to looking after its green spaces and to the development of sustainable tourism. On the path towards Chamois, there are 7 interactive installations explaining the main sources of energy that we use every day, how important they are, and how we can save energy. The Council of La Magdeleine has a development plan for the construction and redevelopment of buildings, which pays great attention to the characteristics of these historic mountain villages, as well as modern requirements. Today in the local area, there are only 10 or so buildings in need of redevelopment. The surrounding territory is covered mostly by beautiful larch woodland and by fields and pastures. In the fields you can find officinal herbs growing wildly, which has recently attracted many tourists. However, the council, together with forest rangers, is trying to keep the practice under control to avoid damaging the environment. Every year, the local council provides the area with floral decoration, planting flower beds and tubs. These flowers include pansies, ivy, geraniums, petunias, marigolds, and many others. Inside the village, the locals spend a lot of time tending to their gardens and vegetable plots. Often, residents and tourists also make an effort to brighten up their properties.